Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and we are now on to the next part. The content update, the actual meat of what's coming in the next couple of months. Actually, a few months, realistically. Anyways, so topics that we're going to discuss for this is retiring series, returning slash continuing series, new slash future series, as well as a master schedule. There might be one other thing, I think, on that. Oh yeah, there was also the recording schedule to talk about. I forgot to add a note for that in there. So retiring series. Now, if you've watched the previous video, the look back at 2019, you'll know that unfortunately Elder Scrolls Legends is being retired. No longer covering anything on that. Big reason for that, it's just not really, hasn't really gotten that fun anymore. I sat down for a while and questioned this. I went, do I really want to continue playing this game? And I realized the answer to that was, no, I don't. It's just not the same. I'm not having as much fun as I was before. Also, there's no updates to the game until further notice, or forever, depending on what Bethesda does. Which is sad, because they could really have turned that game into something pretty fun. Could have used it to get out of the hole that Fallout 76 has dug themselves into. But at least they could attempt to get themselves out of the hole. But yeah, it's no longer getting updated. Still for now, I think there is still going to be monthly reward cards as well as gauntlets going on, but that stuff is really too hard to do. It's not really not. Clearly, it's yeah. It might return, but I'm very doubtful. I still have to finish the game, to finish some stuff on Master Mode as well as get to Legend, but I don't think I'm going to come back until either I really feel a drive to play the game, or until they start deciding to update it again. So yeah. Anyways, now we're going to move on to the returning series, and I say returning with the quotation marks because I've been kind of doing a bit of it, kind of not, but it's returning to the forefront as a full-time series, and that's Monster Hunter World. Iceborne is almost here, January 9th, so right now it's in less than 4 days away, and I'm very excited. I also don't have work on that day, or at least I don't believe I have work. Well, you never know, I might get called in. But yeah, I'm very excited because then I can spend the day just making content for that and enjoying myself on it. Upon release date, I'll be recording a bunch of it, as I have mentioned. I'll continue to do it until Iceborne is complete, as well as the challenge that I've set out for myself. And it's getting upgraded to twice a week instead of bi-weekly. I'm really excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's finally here. I did end up pre-ordering the deluxe edition, even though I said I wasn't going to. But I have that, and well, yeah, pretty excited. And now we're going to move on to the continuing series part. So StarCraft 2. As of now, I'm about a quarter of the way through Heart of the Swarm, so I'm getting a bunch of that done ahead of time. I'm hoping that by the end of my break, it's still going to be one solo and one co-op. That isn't changing. Legacy of the Void co-op is currently being developed. Lord DZ and his team, they are currently working on it. I can't wait to see the awesome job that they do with it. They've done a great job with HOTS and Wings of Liberty. I can't wait to see how well they do for Legacy of the Void. It might not... That might not be out by the time the solo content is coming out. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. I'm still going with 2 a week. Now, in terms of the Covert Ops campaign, that one is going to be just solo. I don't think they're doing a co-op version of it at all. They also might not be doing a co-op version of the epilogue missions, which came after Legacy of the Void. So those ones might also be just co-op version. But yeah, I'm hoping that I'm going to be doing a little bit more recording throughout the last week that I have off, and with plans to have all of HOTS completed by the end of it. I have currently the co-op done, as well as Wings of Liberty, both solo and co-op completed. Now I'm just hoping that I can get solo HOTS finished. And Rimworld, I did this come up in the wrong order, but I lost the previous settlement, so I have to start a new one. Essentially, what happened there was I was heading up to the AI ship with my entire colony, and by the time I got really close to there, I said, this is a dumb idea, because by the time I get there, everybody's probably going to go on mental breaks, etc, 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 all sorts of bad stuff, so I decided, you know what, let's try to turn around and go home. They ran out of food. Barely halfway there, or halfway from the new to where I told them to turn around to home, they ran out of food. So yeah, that was a bit rough. And then a bunch of other events happened that essentially I lost them. The base that I would have been returning to was essentially wiped out. So yeah, I have to restart again. This time I'm going to be more careful about it and less reckless. I have a different mod set in mind for this. I plan to go for a long time, as long as I continue to survive, that is. And this one's going to be keeping to 2 weeks. I'm going to be recording them in hour-long sessions. So, yeah, it'll be record for an hour, split the video in half, and then upload that. I don't plan on doing 2 hour or 2 or 3 hour long recording sessions and then splitting that out. That's really much. Also, it helps that in the event that I forget to turn on my mic or it doesn't work, I can just voice over that at a bit of a later time. No Man's Sky, still continuing the game. I got some new ideas on what to do, including taking a broken weapon and ship, repairing both of them by salvaging other ships and weapons and restoring both, and getting them as upgraded as I can to fulfill a specific role. This one is one of 2 games that I plan on streaming. I hope for weekly streams, mainly for community missions. Quicksilver, if you guys have a copy of No Man's Sky, we can form a party and go out and do a bunch of missions. Hopefully should be fun. This one's only going to be once a week with an announced stream whenever I am able to stream. I'll have more on streaming information later. Skyrim roleplay. I'm all ready to record Chapter 2 of Delves Through Crypts, and I'll be releasing the rest of Chapter 1 throughout this week, so that I don't have any more just lying around. Always looking for suggestions for both stories and mods for this series. As I've stated in the past, I want some mods to sort of be cycling in and out, mainly people mods or companion mods, that sort of stuff. I haven't making this game a little more like a realistic, from a realistic point of view. Having colonists say they're not colonists, but people leaving the province of Skyrim, maybe they're coming back in, perhaps they return at a bit of a later time with a little more power and better equipment. Granted, I'd have to give them that beforehand, but yeah. This is getting upgraded to 2 a week now, and we'll see what the second day is on the master schedule. PS2 series, now the oldest series that I've got going, currently ongoing on the channel. Still on Ratchet & Clank 3 Up Your Arsenal. However, for this one, I did heavily bend one of the challenges in order to keep the series going for now. And that was essentially, I took one of the extra lives that I could earn and used it to prevent myself from dying in Arena, just because I didn't want to have to restart again. And I think it would have been a bit boring to watch me go back through the beginning of the game without having to go through anything new. So that's my reasoning behind that, and we're back to a live track again. There we go. I'm a little ashamed that I did that, but at the same time, I don't think you guys want to watch me do the beginning steps of the game for a third time in a row. That just wouldn't be fun. But anyways, I'm going to be recording the rest of the series throughout most of, well, not next week when I'm actually making this video, it's this week, with plans on completing the game 100% by the time I'm done. I don't know if I'll actually be able to, but I know tomorrow I'm going to have a ton of time to do that, and getting through the rest of the game at the halfway point might take me a few hours, 6, 7, 8 hours ish. And that's me kind of sort of taking my time, making sure I 100% or get everything that I can, get all the skill points and titanium bolts that I can. I'm gonna try to shoot for all of them in the first time through, rather than the second time through. Of course, I'm gonna get a couple of extra lives in case I accidentally inevitably bite the bullet for some of them. So yeah, that is my plan going forward for that. It's still going to be, excuse me, 3 a week. It's currently the only series that's 3 a week. If any of my other series becomes a little more popular, I will go ahead and bump that series up to 3 a week. We're still going to keep this one at 3 weeks so I can get through the rest of the PS2 games at a bit of a more reasonable pace. But yeah, Warcraft 3 Reforged. For some reason, it got delayed until the end of January. Well, I kind of understand why. They've had the whole year to do it, and I was kind of hoping that they were going to have it out, but no big deal. As long as they don't push it back any further, I couldn't care. I don't really care that much. I heard that there might be a co-op version of the campaigns, so I've heard. It might not be true, but if it is, there is one. It's going to follow the exact same plan as StarCraft 2 with a co-op mission and a normal campaign mission that myself and Dean will get together throughout various points in order to record. Might try to find some time to do a bit of mass recording of the campaigns, and I'll find some time to do a mass recording of them on solo mode. It will still be 2 times a week. That's not changing either. Now for new series that we're doing. Oblivion Let's Play. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I'm going to start recording by next week. It needs this week. I started making this on Friday, Saturday-ish. And it's, well, this is now finished because I also worked on the previous video as well. This will have a little bit, some roleplay elements in it, but it's going to be more of a let's play. Like, I'm not actually going to get into a character and let roleplay as them, but there is going to be a bit of like some backstory behind the character, and it's also kind of going to help set forth sort of what can you expect to come out of Delves Through Crypts in terms of like a character, his abilities, because essentially I'm going to be playing as, well, a lost or dead relative of Delves Through Crypts, which I have to come up with a name with. But yeah, it'll also kind of explain a bit, I'll explain a bit in length, why does Delves have blue skin? Why does he have blue skin in Argonia? He never started, like his family tree, never started out as blue skin. They started out just as a kind of greenish, gray, you know, to kind of go with not Morrowind, Argonia, that's what I'm thinking of. Also known, actually I don't quite remember 100% what they were known as, what people normally know as the land, off the top of my head anyways. But yeah, onwards we go. Currently I have about 20 mods with no plans to add any more, and reason being is it's taken me a long time to stabilize these mods, and recently they kind of destabilized themselves, so I gotta go back through and fix those up yet again. So I don't plan on adding any more mods. Maybe if it's like a small mod, I would consider adding it in, so feel free to suggest those. I'll be doing once a week, more or less due to time constraints, because this one will take a little bit to record. They are going to be half-an-hour segments as well. I should have mentioned that. A game that I've been wanting to do for a while, Prison Architect. it's a brand new series. The game looks pretty fun from what I've seen, and I'm hoping to be able to do all the campaign missions on it, building my own and build and run my own prison, as well as maybe have a couple of dedicated episodes to escaping from some other prisons out there. I'm gonna have a bit of a cheesy start when it comes to actually constructing the prison, and then I will build the actual prison itself. So, one of the videos I watched was made by the one and only Spiffing Brit, and he essentially turned it into a forest tycoon simulator. And I'm gonna go ahead and see, can I use that concept and try to start out with building a massive forestry area, and then slowly over time, as we expand outwards, dedicate lands to being a prison, and essentially having the forestry part with the money offset some of the initial costs that would take to setting up a prison. And eventually, within time, it's going to be part forestry lands, part prison. So on one side of the road, the left side of the road would be prison. By the end of it all, at the right side would be all forestry area, and that's the plan for that. As I said, I also will be uploading the campaign / tutorial. Now, I've already made a couple videos for this, as well as Rimworld, just to get me through the first couple of weeks. But I mistook it as a tutorial, not a campaign, because that's genuinely what I thought it was. I guess it's a tutorial of sorts, but I thought it was all of it was a tutorial. That's my fault. That's my bad on that one. Also, I'm probably gonna have to censor some of it out, or at least restrict that specific video to 18+, because I do show some graphically inappropriate content, as well as some mature language, and of course with YouTube getting very preachy about child protection, I don't want to take the risk. So if you are watching this and you are underage, I would recommend, getting somebody to approve that, hey, you can watch this, and you'd be good to go from that. But aside from that, it's going to be uploaded once a week, with the potential to go to 2 if you guys are really enjoying the Prison Architect series. On to Dragon Age Origins, which I finally got all of the bugs and broken stuff fixed. So the game, well, with the exception of me playing for about 3+ hours, it no longer crashes. Unless, like I said, I played for 3+ hours, in which case after that point, it then decides, okay, I've had a bit of enough for this, I kind of need a bit of a reset. Currently the mods aren't working, but I'm looking into that. And that looks like an uncompleted thought. I might have a couple more of these later on, but yeah, I'm looking into fixing the mods. They're mainly cosmetic mods. They don't do too much for the game. Like, they don't alter gameplay or change anything up. So for the most part, it is just the same gameplay. Due to the content of Dragon Age, it is gonna 110% be an 18+ only series, so it will be restricted. And the difference between this and the Skyrim one is while Skyrim's a lot of bloodshed in it, I don't curse in it. I don't think the game curses that much in it. It might a little bit, but a little bit of cursing is something to censor. Where this one, it's got everything. It's blood, violence, coarse language. I think it also has some nudity in it as well, and sexual scenes. So I can't really. I'm pretty sure if I show that without having restricted, it might raise some flags, and therefore, just to cover myself, marking this as 18+ only. In this, for the first little bit, I've used a bit of an exploit to help us get started, but in time I won't be using it, rather spending a lot of time off camera preparing for certain places. For instance, I just recently, on my tester file, which is basically me going through the whole game to checked what the difficulty is going to be like. Of course, heavily using that exploit just to go through it and to make sure that, hey, I know what I'm getting myself into, as well as trying to improve a little bit. I know that certain sections, such as the deep roads, they're going to be pretty tough to go through the areas, and I have to reach specific points in order to complete the area to be able to move on to the next section when I'm looking for the Paragon Bronca. And those sections can, like I said, going through those sections, I've currently only been through the first one today, but it has taken a lot just to get to that point. Like, it took a lot of pulses, some grenades. So for that one, I would know that, okay, I have to farm for these materials. I have to farm for poultice making materials. I have to go to each of the vendors and make sure I purchase a lot, which means I'm going to be doing a lot of miscellaneous quests, unfortunately, as well as doing a lot of gatherings, traveling to and from places, trying to take the most amount of time for that, which sucks, but the game, like playing Dragon Age on a higher difficulty, it kind of warrants that. So it'll be once a week, but might go up to 2 if, again, if it receives popularity, because this is, I record these in, like, currently I have it set to like an hour-long video. It's the longest out of all the videos that I'm purposefully making hour-long just to cover that, like a large span of the game. So yeah, the video's on a bit of a long side, but at the same time, I'm hoping that it will cut down the amount of times I have to upload a video, and then as well as prevent me from dragging the series into 2021. I do like Dragon Age. I don't want to drag that over there. And I think my friend Dean is trying to call me, so he wants to play that StarCraft tonight. So I'm gonna go through this. I don't think we have too much longer. I'm over halfway through it. Anyways, future series that, while they are scheduled to be coming, I have the game for them, and it's something I plan on doing in the future. Age of Empires. Got the game at Christmas, and I've been enjoying it, even if I think the AI cheats a little bit. So on one of the campaign missions, I launch a pretty impressive attack force to go after the AI. And there was this one time, and I knew the exact layout of the AI base, because I was able to scout it. I was able to get scout going through there, and it kind of distracted them a little bit while I launched my main attack. I was able to defeat their main army, and I know they didn't have a lot of production buildings left over, and I defeated it within 30 seconds. They had a lot of chariot archers, and I was able to kill them all with very few losses. And then about a minute later, they come back with a force about as big, if not bigger, than the one that I had just destroyed. And we're talking, like, I'd go and kill about a dozen or so chariots and a couple chariot archers, and sometimes they come back with a dozen plus chariots and like 2 or 3 more chariot archers. I'm looking to go, first off, where did you get the production to be able to churn this out so quickly? I know you didn't have this to start with, because otherwise you would have sent them after me. And I've also scouted it out and don't know where it is. Secondly, how did you manage to produce this in that amount of time? So, it's a little ridiculous for that, but it's only going to be the campaigns. I don't know anyone for multiplayer, any people for multiplayer that'd be willing to play. If you play Age of Empires and would like to have a match, then leave a comment. We can have a match. I'm not that great at the game, but I'm willing to try. The difficulty will either be on moderate or easy. for some of the campaigns, as I used to own a CD copy of it, not a definitive edition of the game. And I've played through I played through 4 of the campaigns before. I didn't play through any of the Haiti or any of the Roman campaigns, so I don't know those. Those might be easier, but I'm going to try to stick to moderate for the other campaigns. Might even try hard, depending. And it will be coming out after the StarCraft 2 series is 100% complete, twice a week. Going to pick up the exact same time that StarCraft 2 had. Age of Empires 2. Pick that up in the Christmas bundle. I have yet to actually play it. It'll also be campaigns only. Again, I don't know anybody from multiplayer. Difficulty for this is going to hover around easy. I might try moderate later on once I get more comfortable with the game, as I don't want to start on easiest. That'd be a little too boring, but at the same time, I don't really want to start on moderate because I imagine it follows the same as Age of Empires 1, but 1 can be, 2 can be, 1 cannot. 2 can, well, actually can. And this one will be coming out after the Warcraft 3 Reforged series is finished, again, twice a week. Caveman to Cosmos, something that I've said that I have wanted to do a series on, but not for a while. This isn't planned for a long time. It's likely going to start after I finish my Rimworld series or my Prison Architect series, and both of those I've got very big plans for. Rimworld isn't going to start until after... I don't even have a victory condition set up for myself in Rimworld. The original one, I installed a mod that allows us to go a little bit beyond that, save our ships, and that should be pretty fun to test out. And in terms of Prison Architect, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get a very stable prison going, as well as the forestry business. So, as well as complete the campaigns for that matter and escape from a bunch of prisons. So yeah, I'm not sure when this is coming. I'll let you know when I get closer to what I think might be the end of either Rimworld or Prison Architect. This one's supposed to be another long series with 3 uploads planned a week, similar to these Rise of Mankind. It might even go up to 4, depending on how long this is seeming like it could be. I'm going to be going for technology victory. I'm not going to try to conquer the world this time. I do want to fully explore the entire tech tree. And small/mini series, so I wanted to put a little bit of a footnote in for this. This is small, simple series that don't just plan on going on for a long run. So think of the PS2 game series, except for smaller games and one-off video titles. So the PS2 series is essentially a big series comprising of many different games. This one would be similar to that, except the games would be much smaller, and essentially it won't take me very long to record or beat a bunch of them. And if I need to do a bunch of grinding for it off camera, I'll do the grinding for that off camera. And as for the one-off titles, those can be games that I either find interesting or it's a recommendation for you guys. So another way that you can, that if you say have a fun game series that you'd like to see me cover, I can cover for that. Just I asked for the time being, maybe not like the very expensive games, because otherwise that's going to take a toll on my wallet. But you know, the free-to-play games, or even something under something that doesn't cost too much. I think those kind of games, those would be fun to do. There's not too much to talk about for this, besides from what I just said, what the games are and when it's coming. These games include, I've just included a small list of stuff that I currently have. So Ironclad Tactics, which is a fun game I played all the way back when it came out, and I enjoyed it. I picked it up again, played it, it's pretty fun. Plants vs. Zombies, the original one, the Block Fortress games, one-off game explorations, etc, etc, etc. And as I said before, I'm open to suggestions for small games as well as one-off episode games. I know Bane has suggested Mythgard, so that one is also on the list. It's currently in open access though. I'd like to see it maybe go into a complete, like a full finished game, but if I happen to need something for, say, a filler between major series, I'll get onto that, record the episodes, give a honest take. I'll probably end up doing a couple hours of it, and then taking the best of those couple hours and give it a honest review for the one-offs, and for the smaller games, it'll just be essentially trying to finish them off. I don't know how long, like, say for a game like Plants vs. Zombies that come in 50 different, I'm not going to do one stage, a video for one stage. It'll likely be one video will cover 2 or 3 stages. More, so, like maybe a couple more, or I might have one video cover half of a stage, half of a level, if you will. So you got the front yard night, backyard night, and then roof level. One episode would probably cover half of the front yard, and the second one would cover the second half of the front yard. Episode 3 would then go on to night, and etc. etc. I'd have some dedicated to arcade, a couple dedicated to arcade games, some dedicated to puzzle modes, and I'll include a endless mode. I'll include a copy of a video for the endless modes as well, and of course all the last stand and all those challenges that come after that come with that. So in total, it would probably be maybe 30 episodes, and finishing those games, honestly, it shouldn't take me too long to finish a game like that. Same with Tactics, although Tactics I think has a little more to it. I'd be essentially recording them in attempt to go for 30-minute chunks, where I try to 100% the entire game for that. I'm gonna try to 100% most of these games that come up on the small / mini series. The one-offs is just a exploration of the games. So, yep, there's a description of that. And now for the recording schedule. Just a few notes on that. So, recording / live streaming notes. Most of the current series will be recorded much ahead of time. So, within the next few weeks, or next couple of weeks, that's when they're going to be. Of course, after homework is all finished. And some of them, like Rimworld, Prison Architect, Monster Hunter World, and No Man's Sky, will be recorded on a weekly basis. Currently, I have the first 2 weeks for Prison Architect and Rimworld recorded, just so I don't have to do those anytime soon, as I do need. I am going to be doing a mass amount of recording. I do mean en masse. No Man's Sky and Monster Hunter. Well, No Man's Sky is going to be getting a similar thing. I'm going to record a couple episodes for that ahead of time and see if I can plan some streams for that. Monster Hunter World, that's when Iceborne comes out. That's, again, like I said, I'm going to be streaming a bunch of that ahead of time. Or recording a bunch of that ahead of time, not streaming it, sorry. Speaking of streams will be once a week, as often as I can. It's school depending, obviously, as well as work. Currently, I only plan to stream in Monster Hunter World and No Man's Sky. The Monster Hunter World will be specifically to that challenge, and it'll probably be across the course of multiple streams that I will be doing this challenge for. Very easy multiple streams. I am open to suggestions. If you want to see me stream a certain game, let me know. Just as a side note, no Elder Scrolls Legends, please. Some people might want that. I understand that. However, I don't want to go back to that game for a while. I understand that. I don't want to go back to that game for a little bit. Maybe by the end of the year we'll see how my mood has changed for that, but please don't request for Elder Scrolls Legends streams. Please don't. And the schedule is only for January of 2020 to April of 2020, because after that, then I get into, I'm hoping to have a summertime job, and if my recording will definitely slow down. after that. There'll still be some episodes, still some stuff that series that I plan on continuing and making episodes for, but it will definitely slow down. Also, we're going to have quite a few of these likely ending before that time. Either that or I'll have plenty of recording footage to last up until that point. Getting close to the end. So, in the previous episode, I showcased a copy of the master schedule here. So as you can see, it's kind of still with the every other week. For the most part, it follows roughly the same. I wanted to shuffle up the PS2 series a little bit. Unless I decide to make some major changes to this, this is what my upload schedule is going to stick with. So, yeah. Just a couple things to point out. Every Sunday, I will be making the Rimworld and Prison Architect series, and No Man's Sky I plan on making either Thursday or Friday, which means I have to make that week in advance. Or I think I'll move around the No Man's Sky a little bit to try to figure out a better time for that. It might go ahead and go on Friday, and I'll save the StarCraft series to Thursday, just so I can, do the community events as well as a couple of other things as well. Anything else to point out? Not really. Not really. No, that's really it. Yeah, I don't have anything else after that. So, what do you guys want to see? Comment down below. What do you want to see for a one-off series? Do you want to see some of my stuff get more cover time? What would you like? What other games would you like me to stream? Comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And once again, to everybody who subscribes, who likes the video, who even watches the video, and maybe is that extra special person who goes, "Hey, friend, you should watch this." Thank you to all. And as always, thanks for watching. Like if you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button if you really enjoyed. Don't forget to share this video and my other videos to anybody who you think will enjoy my content. Next time, well, we're going to be uploading all the Skyrim series throughout this week in preparation for getting ready for my school year. So, hope you all have enjoyed. And as always, again, until next time, take it easy.